Welcome to Google Drawings tutorial number 3. Today we're going to learn how to use some more of the advanced tools that are available here in Google Drawing for the purposes of answering assignment questions. So immediately you'll notice that I did a zoom in just so I can see all the text a little bit easier here. Now, as I am starting out, I always want to create a copy. So File, make a copy, and it does say what to name the copy, so I'm going to make sure that I name it as is. It says last name, first name, so Hartle, and then G Practice, I believe is what it was. You can choose then where to save it in your Google Drive. I'm just going to go ahead and save that to my other, select, okay, and then hit OK. It'll create a new tab for you because it's making a new document. Now I'm just going to check and make sure I named it what it's supposed to be. Last name, first name, G Drawing Practice. So I need to add drawing in here. G Drawing Practice. Alright, wonderful. Then, once I've done that, I can take my mouse cursor and select that box and delete the entire thing. And also click on the master label and delete that. And the last starter thing that we need to do is fill in the header here. Class, let's say intro to music, so I'm going to put I2M for short. Today is date 12/89 of 72, let's say. Future times, space time. Alright, moving forward. Zooming back in again so we can start the assignment. First step says to add the beats of the notes to solve the math problems in the first column. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. In the first column, the notes, we have a quarter note and a quarter note. Each quarter note is worth 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2 is the correct answer. I got this 2 here simply by clicking on the T, which means text box, and then adding a text box here. Now I can choose to add one text box for all of these answers or do one text box per answer. In this case, I think what I will do is just do one text box because personally I feel like that's a little bit easier to handle than a bunch of text boxes. Okay, and then I'll move this text box down a little bit. Sometimes if you're too close it's hard to adjust. There we go. Alright, on to the next one. Eighth notes. Eighth notes are 1/2 beat plus our quarter note. That'll give you 2 beats. Next one, a whole note. A whole note takes up a full measure in 4/4 time. So that means it'll be 4 plus 1/2 plus 1/2. That gives you 5. Alright, next one, number 4. Half note is how many beats? It's called a half note because it's half as long as the whole note. Whole note we just said was 4, good, and so that means our half note is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. Last one here, eighth notes, again, both are half for each note head, so half plus 2 gives us 3. Alright, we have just finished this first question. I'm going to zoom back in so we can see the next one. Subtract the beats of the rest to solve the music math problems in the second column. Okay, so I'm going to actually copy this text box because we can use it again for over here and just then change the numbers. So what I've done is selected it so you can see the blue box around it. Now I'm going to right click, scroll up to copy, and you can see for my computer the command button and the letter C also is a shortcut for that, but it may be different if you don't have a MacBook like I do. Alright, same thing. A quarter rest is 1 beat, good. So 1 minus 1, 0. Alright, next one, number 7. Our half rest. Again, a half rest is going to be half as long as a whole rest. Our whole note was 4, so our whole rest will be 4, meaning our half rest is half of 4, which is 2. So that means we have 2 minus 1, which is 1. Number 8, we just said that the whole rest is 4, and our half rest is 2. So 4 minus 2 is good. Next, number 9. Quarter rest, how many beats? And whole rest, how many beats? Think about it. Is this going to be a positive or a negative number? Did you get it? Alright. Last but not least, will this be a positive or negative number for number 10? We got 1 minus our half rest, which is going to make the answer. One minus 2, so negative 1. Alright, next step. Number 3, highlight all the quarter notes in yellow and the quarter rests in green. This is where we're going to learn a little bit more about the advanced tools that are pretty neat. So I'm going to choose to do our shape as a rectangle. That's pretty easy to get all of the note there to highlight. Now if I just leave it like this, you can see that it actually covers up the entire note. So if for some reason the master label is not an object you can click on, a good way to cover that up is actually to use shape and then fill it with white like this, because now it looks like it's not even there. I would also have to make the outline white too, like that. Okay, but we want to highlight in this case, so I need to highlight in yellow for my quarter notes. So let's go ahead and choose yellow, and then we got to go back up again and go to custom. And then at the very bottom you can see there's transparency. So that just means how see-through do you want it. If you go about halfway, that's generally pretty good, and click OK. Now I've highlighted my note. And now I'm also going to use my shortcut Command C to copy. Click off of it. Command V to paste. If you can't do Command V, just right click and go up to paste, and that'll work the same. Alright, so now I'm going to find all my quarter notes and highlight them in yellow just by simply pressing copy and paste. Alright, and that will be all of the quarter notes. It also said to highlight any quarter rests in green. I don't actually have to create a new text box shape to do this. All I have to do is paste, find my quarter rest, and then go and change the color. I also will have to go back in to custom and make it transparent again. Okay, well, there we go. And now we copy paste again. Paste. Or the long way, right click, copy, and then off, right click, paste. Okay. I do like the shortcuts though, because it does save you time in the end, so that's why I'm also showing you that. Command and then C or Command and then V will be the ones you need to use for those shortcuts if you have a Mac. I think it's Control C and Control V for Windows, but that would be something to double check when you right click like so. It'll show you what on your computer or device that shortcut is to the right of the manual paste and copy. Okay, next step. Put a smiley face over all the eighth note pairs. Now, you can try to draw them by hand, but that's pretty tedious and time consuming. So I'm going to save you some time by looking at shapes. Voila, look at all these wonderful shapes, and a smiley face is right there. There's also arrows, call out bubbles, so like banners and such, or if you've seen like cartoons, you know, and comic strips, that's the sort of thing you can write and type in these. And of course, your math equations, but we won't be dealing too much with that in the formal sense of math anyways. Alright, so smiley face, and our directions said to cover up the eighth note pairs. So think about it, which one is the eighth note pairs? A pair generally means two, so the only thing right now that's left that is in a pair are these guys right here. And again, copy and paste. Okay. Next up is step 5. So at the very bottom of the page, draw a treble clef using the scribble tool. This we should have used already in our basics training. So just make sure that the scribbly lines up there are selected, and then you're just going to do the best you can to draw that shape. If you take too long, sometimes it doesn't show up, so you got to be aware of that as well. Alright, I like how it looks, but I'm going to move it just a little bit more this direction. Okay, and check to make sure it's not off the page. It's a little big, so now I'm going to make it smaller. And all I did, I'm using it like I would do an adjustment for any image. I just drag the corner. So, you know, I could make it backwards or skinny, but we're going to keep it like this. Alright, that's step 5. Step 6, at the bottom of the page, also insert a picture of the logo from your favorite sports team to the right of the treble clef you just drew. Now, there's no way that anybody can draw, using the scribble tools or other things here, a perfect image of the logo of, let's say, the Green Bay Packers, or if you're a Bears fan, I suppose. But let's go ahead and make it easier just by searching the images. See, it's got like, it's supposed to kind of look like a picture photograph. Now I'm going to type in Green Bay Packers logo, or whatever logo you're looking for, and voila. Insert. It's going to end up being really big, so I'm going to make my page smaller with the zoom out, and then I can adjust the size a little bit easier and move it to the right. Okay. Alright, that is that step. Let's go back, zooming in again to the top. So one last step. Delete the purple box to reveal something hidden. Then type what you think it looks like in orange and make the text box background dark blue. Okay, I'm going to leave this step for you guys, but just to show you how to make a text box that has a colored background, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so once you've clicked on this object and then hit delete on your computer or device, it'll disappear and something will pop up behind it, as you can see, but I don't want to reveal it too much. So once you've seen the image or whatever it is that's there, then you can create your text box and type what you think it is. Just so I don't give it away, oops, I am going to say it's a hill with bumps. I don't know, something random. Okay, if I want to center the text, I go to a line over here and I can make it go to the middle. Whoops. And then it's said to have orange text. So that means the actual lettering. I'm going to go to the A for the text and then click on orange. Now my lettering is orange. And the background, it said I want it to be something else. So that background is actually here, a fill color. And it said dark blue. Okay, so then I would just place this underneath that picture or word or whatever is behind the purple, and then that is it for this assignment. So when you're done, it should look something like this. If you have any other questions on how to use text boxes to highlight or other drawing tools and using images, please let me know. Give me an email and I will help you out. For now, sayonara and have a great rest of your day.